And this is. Oh,
Oh, okay, this is primary residence.
yeah, primary.
And he was a past client, a referral.
Past client, yeah. And then the person on the left was a house. Years ago, and they bought a bunch of investment.
You got him through an open house, but then kept in touch with them and they bought this.
How'd you keep in touch with them?
New York,
Okay,
and they came home just to sell this.
How'd you keep in touch with them? Did you like mail them letters every day and handwrite letters out all the time? No?
We just keep in touch via phone,
yep.
and then they got some. They did
Oh, is that called a 36 touch?
36 times.
Oh,
They should be.
like it.
Because then I have photos up there. I wouldn't have this.
Right, exactly. Could take it.
That's right. However, you know, a 12 touch or a 20 touch is better than a 0 touch. So
That's what I'm not saying it.
keep working towards it, right?
Do what God says.
Who in here is doing a 10 touch, 8 touch, 8x8, 36 touch, any kind of touch? 1, 2, 3, 4.
60.
Oh, what? 60 touch?
16, I bet.
16. Hey,
And again, he's better than 0.
right? Exactly. Like it. Who thinks that because not everybody's hand went up, we probably need another 36 touch class? I think we do.
Yep.
So watch the calendar because we're doing.
We're attending never any referrals. We'll be going through a lot. Yeah. So, okay.
Does anybody have buyer needs? Does anybody have any open houses that they need people for? What do we got? Father's Day weekend. Who needs to do an open house?
Okay. Let's keep moving.
Introduce these people.
All right, you guys. Sean, will you turn me down a little on the far left? Thank you. So this last month, I had the pleasure of inviting a bunch of new agents or onboarding, not inviting, a bunch of new agents to our office. So really quickly, just wanted to, I know we have a few of them in the room, have them say hello, introduce themselves, and stand up so we can cheer you on.
All right.
Woo. Awesome. I think we have Marissa online. Marissa, I don't know if you're able to unmute, but if you just want to say, hey, a little bit about you.
Excuse me. Hi, all. Yeah, I'm Marissa Breber-Rourke, and I am new to the real estate industry, but I don't know, Jordan, why you put me on the spot?
Sorry. Marissa's amazing.
Yes, I am. And if anybody has open houses coming up, I would absolutely love the chance to shadow at least one or two.
Awesome.
And I know we've
Thanks,
had a few.
Marissa.
That's a great thing, Marissa. If you are willing to have somebody shadow you right now, please put it on the Facebook pages because I know that there were a few people looking last weekend. So if you're doing anything, I think Alina was the one to say she was going out on an appointment. Love to have you guys have somebody shadow you along. So definitely put it out there.
Groovy.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Awesome. Logan, you're here.
Yeah, I'm from Chris Lindahl. I was there for about 4 months and it wasn't the right environment for me, so I'm glad to be here and it's a better family here, so.
We're happy to
Welcome.
have you. Mama Do.
My name is Mamadou. I'm new in this business, but I came from property management.
Okay. Property management. Yep. Welcome.
Last but not least, we have Riley in the back. Woo-hoo. All right, if there's anybody else online, I don't think I saw any of our new agents. All right, well, welcome you guys. We're so excited to have you and to help support you
Online.
on this adventure. Oh, Prudencia's there. Hi, Prudencia.
Hi.
Want to say a little, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Prudencia Anong. Happy to be at KW. I'm also interested in shadowing open houses or maybe any new listings, like going out to measure. I'm interested in shadowing. If anyone has that, please let me know. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Right, cappers, guys, it was a great month last night. Look, last month. These are our May cappers. So we have Madeline, Yannette, Ryan Campbell, Paul Olson, Jeff Schemmel, Abby Smead, and Pete Tedrow. So these lucky folks have joined the club and are receiving 100% of their commission right now. So congratulations. Our next
All right, first closing, so exciting. So congratulations to Ellie Haugen, Gisela Santana, and Kyle Cantwell.
Just for those of you that are new and you're kind of sometimes wonder, I think Ellie has been with us 3 months, maybe.
Less than 3 months.
Yeah, might be even less. So make sure you do your coaching. Listen, do the things you need to do. That can be you. A home run. Okay, remember, if you do one listing taken, one contract written, and one contract closed, that's one home run. So if you do all 3 of those in 1 month, that is considered a home run. We've got a few people with double home runs this month. Single home runs right there. So better than the Twins. There's our team. Nice work, guys. Congratulations on the home runs. It's time for our sponsor. You can go to the next screen too. And thank you to Raina for the breakfast. Hopefully everybody grabs something. Raina brought us breakfast. So thank you very much.
My first time with the microphone. We're gonna have a little bit of fun today because I really don't want to talk about interest rates. You? No. Sick of people saying, what do you think rates are gonna do? I don't know. I really don't know. 20 years. No, this is my 20th year in the business. No idea. 6s. Good. Okay, we're gonna play a little bit of Jeopardy, have a little bit of fun. I love engagement. So I picked some people that I know are on the fun bus. Peter, Matt, and Carrie. Come on, Matt. The price is right. The price is right. Okay, Jordan is gonna keep score for us. And if nobody gets the answer, then we'll.
We had to come up here.
That's up, Peter. Oh, Peter, it's a competition. Three.
Come on, it's on.
Just raise your hand if you know the answer. So hopefully this is a little bit of education for everybody too. Carrie's got to stand. 'Cause she's ready to go. Where to go? She's wearing a dress too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Question number 1. Name the 4 main loan programs.
Conventional and. Conventional, why in the world?
Raise your hand anyways.
Jeffy, there's nowhere.
Oh, I lose this.
Conventional.
Okay. Yeah, either of you know the last one? FHA, VA,
Product,
loan program.
VA,
Conventional.
conventional, and USDA.
Good. I think Matt gets. Matt,
Seeing it.
okay. True or false? I have to be a veteran to assume a VA loan. Matt.
True.
false.
Well, I mean,
You didn't hear me say it.
Oh, actually,
Anybody can.
that's okay.
got it.
Okay,
Well, now I
I'll be qualified.
what does term ARM stand for? Go with Peter. Be quicker.
Adjustable. Mortgage.
Adjustable rate mortgage. Thank you very much. Good point for Peter.
Yeah.
I pulled my team for these questions, you guys, and I probably got about 100 and they were great. I was dying of laughter this morning of some of the ones that they were putting, so we'll have a bonus. Okay, true or false? You can always escrow for anything when it comes to a property?
False.
False. Very good. Typically has to be weather related and not a health and safety issue. For example, if you have peeling paint and it is November and it's snowing, you probably can't paint your house, right? We can probably get that approved for escrow. If you have an FHA loan and you have to replace your well or septic, no problem. Summertime, no problem. Just have to have a report saying it's not a health and safety issue. Okay. Question are we on?
Well, we have the one that's no answer, so.
Oh. Right. How quickly can a loan close per RESPA? Ooh, Matt, go.
Shoot. No,
Peter,
72.
22 hours? Oh,
1 week. Well, 3 days, but you
Was it?
nope.
3 days.
Start to finish.
9, 10.
Start to finish. 10 days. Sorry, give it to Carrie. Give it to Carrie. 7 business days or typically 10.
Plus your 3 days.
7 business days are typically 10 calendar days. Okay, and we do those a lot. Officially a lot in this market. If any of you have worked with us and you know my assistant Paula, she's amazing. And every time I give her a 10-day close and she's like,
Super excited, yeah.
thank you, Raina. I will deliver lunch to her every day. Okay. Name at least 3 documents a borrower needs to provide to be pre-approved. Carrie,
Income, employment,
documents, specific documents.
oh, pay stub,
Mhm.
W-2,
Mhm.
driver's license.
Yeah,
No, but
Pay stub, W-2 and
pay stub, W-2, bank statement.
bank statement. Yes,
Yeah.
very good.
Give it to you.
Yes, I'll give it to you. Okay. What is the name of the fee that a borrower pays to the financing company in order to be able to put less than 20% down? Carrie,
Am
hi, or mortgage insurance?
Oh.
Oh, that's a tricky one. Awesome, I love it. Okay. What is the minimum down payment for FHA? Oh, 3. Wrong. 3.5.
What actually gets?
Yeah, we bumped it up to 5%.
Yeah, can it be a gift? It can, yeah. What does MHFA stand for? MHFA.
Boy, okay. Minnesota Housing Finance and Agency.
Very good.
Right.
Okay, one more. What is the max seller concession on an investment property?
One of 2, 3%.
Oh.
Isn't it? That's the other one.
Anybody else? Want to take a guess? No, not 0.
Okay.
10%? Oh. Oh. Anybody else? Anybody else? What is the max seller concession on an investment property? Mark. 2%. 2%.
Takes 2.
Odd number.
Yeah.
It is an odd number.
It'll work.
No one gets that.
Get that.
Adam Capital.
Exactly. I kind of jumped around on my questions.
Archives.
We probably missed a couple, but the group got some as well. Okay, and the very last question that my team really wanted me to ask. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a old Tootsie Pop?
So.
I do too.
Turn on the ring.
It is 3.
Okay.
Those are that one. So those are just a couple of the things that we're coming across in the market today. No loan, I feel like, has been an easy loan lately. Something is always part of the transaction. Either it's the property, a last minute escrow. Let's see, my borrower not knowing that she was quitting her job the day of closing. Even though there's a lot of like different things happening and people are really excited to make offers, we can't rush the process. We have to be sure that we're talking to them the whole time, making sure that we remind them, you know, don't buy furniture, don't quit your job, don't buy a car, don't go on an unpaid vacation. Had that. So kind of as the funny story last week from Lynn's property and her peacocks and such, I feel like on the loan side, we're coming across several little things as well. And people just want to be pre-approved like right now. But also then they're missing pay stubs or a bank statement that they don't know how to pull offline, things like that. So my team, any of the agents that we're working with, we're just asking you to be our echo and constantly talking to your clients. How's it going with the loan process? Are you in touch with your loan officer? Anything you need to get them, be sure you get them right away. Because I think that lenders are starting to get a little bit busy too. And our turn times went from 1 day, 2 days, and then I probably expect them to reach 3 days in underwriting as well. That's still really quick. But also, you know, if I have somebody that's really waiting on just, I'll send it when I can, I kind of need it right now. So I feel like I need all of you to just say, hey, by the way, be on top of your stuff. And also don't quit your job, please. Hopefully this was a little bit of fun and a little bit of knowledge, some things that you probably didn't know or might not need to know on a transaction, you know, today or tomorrow, but maybe it'll be just kind of a bell ringer in the future. If you have an investment property or somebody asks you how much is the minimum down payment. Anyways, happy Tuesday, y'all.
Oh, do you want to get up and talk about this? Or I can, but I don't see.
With me setting up, if you put your name on the Facebook post. Oh, if you're coming in online, we'd love for you to come right about, yes, 10:30. It only takes a couple minutes for, you know, we're not going to do 3 poses each. So if you could come on over, and if you did register, we'd love to have you. Brittany's really good at this stuff, so she's just going to edit and send it. So we'll take your name, phone number, and email address as well. We have plenty of treats in the back and just a little bit of conversation too. You do blend in with the table. You're beautiful. Sure. Come see Brittany and I at 10:30 if you signed up on the Facebook page. Yes.
Over on the Great North Title side. So if you are on Zoom, drive quickly. Oh, Miss Maddie, Matt, tell us what is never being referral.
This is basically, this is a system to organize the database to become much more effective and build the business we're owning, okay? This is a very timely class, or it's you know, it's multiple classes, it's gonna be 6. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this book, just real briefly, and what this is on the cover, okay? Because this ties right into what we're doing in Never Ending Referrals. So I'm just gonna really quick write this up on the board. And I don't know, maybe you guys all understand this, but maybe this might be new for some. The cover of the book has 2 lines like this, okay? One of these lines, this line, is the real estate market. Real estate market has peaks and valleys every 7 to 10 years, which we all know that, right? As we get closer to a peak in the market, the pool of available income gets larger, right? And as this gets larger, more and more agents get into the business. So as we get to the peak in the market, meaning sales, more and more people get into the business and that pool grows. As we come across the top and go down, that pool of income gets smaller, right? As it gets smaller, it's inevitable that agents are going to start getting out of the business, right? Okay, that's naturally going to happen. So now this is where never ending referrals come from. Your time to take market share. As we come back up this direction and this pool is starting to grow again, there's less agents in the market. And you have the opportunity then to take that extra business, to take advantage of the large pool of revenue that's available. While there's fewer agents in the business. Does anyone have questions on that? This is a critical thing to understand and hopefully motivating to get busy now, because now is your time. Okay? This is the biggest opportunity you might have in your career, depending on how long you're in this business. Shifts always open up an opportunity for those that are willing to do the work. Questions? So join me today at noon in here for never ending referrals. That's what I've got.
I think we have about 20, 25 people signed up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great,
Very pleased with, so thank you all
Yeah.
for signing up.
I know it should be really good. I'm excited. And this is next, guys. Okay, who likes the new format of the training room? Long tables, sitting like this. It's a little warm in here. But this is tomorrow. We have, guys, that's tomorrow. Gene Rivers. And I didn't realize this. A lot of people have said, oh, he'll be on Zoom, right? No, he's going to actually be here in the room. So he's flying in. I think he actually comes in first thing in the morning. So he will be here in the morning tomorrow. And he will be here till 2:00 for Quantum Leap. If you have not yet registered, you still can. We'll say we're getting to the point of standing room only. Last check, I think we're at 130 something as far as participants of who will be attending. There'll be lunch, there'll be breakfast. So hopefully you guys will join. Again, I know a few people this morning. Get your phone out, Rico. I know a few people are going to register still this morning. So use that code, register for Quantum Leap. If you still are thinking you wanted to come, but you couldn't afford it, let's talk. We always find a way to make things work. So definitely reach out, but please register because this is going to be an amazing event. Okay, we're going to be updating the board today with your head. So you will see where people are by the end of today. The board will have your heads on it to show where we are. But remember, I sent everybody a link to enter your listings. If you have a listing, just put your name and the address, and then we will peek to make sure that the contract date is June 1 or later, as well as you'll just move along. You get event points for coming to Gene Rivers. You get points for being in the market center doing lead gen Monday through Friday. You get a points for attending call night, which is coming up, and we're going to talk about that in a second. And also, if you send me a picture of yourself doing door knocking, which we have posted the one picture that I've received, but I haven't received any else. And it's pretty nice. So hopefully you are out there door knocking. And for never ending referrals, yes, you get it's for every day that you attend never ending referrals. So that could be, what is it, Matt? 6 days?
Yep.
Session. So 6 spots right there. You can win. Oh, there's a little Caribou gift card, a surprise, discount on your monthly invoice, family reunion. So let's go.
Right.
Right. How many do we have right now? 8 people. At the end of never ending referrals, I helped you get so many people. You're going to help me 20 people to this.
Got it.
Time is clicking. If you want to start marketing it, you can start today. Sean will give you the graphics with your information on each one. You can do them whenever you want, set them out there. We're starting at $500. If we get more people, we'll go up to $1,000. If we could get enough people, we can either do 2 $1,000 giveaways or a $2,000 giveaway. But if you're marketing it on your Facebook page, hey, look, I'm giving away $500. You just have to call me this day between this time. And all of a sudden in a week, you're going to say, you know what? I've decided I'm giving away $1,000. So let's do it. People sign up, use that thing. Every time we've done it, this room has been full. We do get those people who come in last second, a couple days before, and you can. But I know that last time Yannette did it, she had 80 phone calls. 80 people called her. You guys, you're going to have their phone number now. So there might be people that are on your Facebook, social media, that have never called you. Now they're going to be on your phone. So now you can add that phone number to your database. You can ask the 3 questions we give you, but you can also talk about anything else. hey, you know what? I'd love to, I'm going to be sending something out. I'd love to grab your email address and pop it in my database real quick. Just, you've got them on the phone, take advantage of it. I mean, it's the easiest thing you can do because they're calling you. You're not calling them.
Yeah, it's, I can't think of any reason why you would do this. The bottom line, because, the $50 that you put in is just to create the prize amounts. And you literally have people calling you, right? So would you prefer to reach out or have someone call you and respond to that? You also get a chance to build your downline because one of the questions is who do you know is looking to get licensed in real estate, right? So there are multiple benefits for this. Again, if I was in production, I would be doing this at least once a quarter, just myself. There's always people that get obviously a lot of calls. People get leads, and there's people that have closed business every single quarter from doing this. So if you want more business right now, which I know you do, sign up for this and get busy. It's awesome.
All right. I've had a few people respond, but you guys, let's get more people in here for the Rose Fest, celebrating 75 years of Roseville. The actual parade itself is, parade starts at 6 o'clock, Monday, June 26th. You just need to, you know, if you want to give anything away, you can grab candy, you can grab, if you want just business cards or Frisbees or water bottles, whatever you want to do. I know, Peter, you guys have done this several years, haven't you? Yeah. Parades are a ton of fun. I mean, I got to do them every day last summer, every weekend. Yeah, so definitely let us know. You just got to shoot me an email. There's no cost to you other than what you want to give away. But it's just a great opportunity to kind of be involved in something here in the community, as well as just getting your name out there. And, you know, every kid's going to play with their Frisbee or water bottle. So definitely let us know.
And it's gonna be fun.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Let's do this. Martha, we're doing it.
Martha, we can play music in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Music. Now she'll be there.
We can see that has that kind of stuff on there.
What,
Is there anything like giveaways?
yeah, you know what? We can send you, we have a couple different merchants that do stuff like that. We can send that out to you. Yeah, definitely. They're usually pretty quick, especially for stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll send something out. Question. Oh, Sean. Thank you, filler. Friend Phil.
Hey, everybody. Carrie graciously graced me with this time this morning. That's funny. So we're going to talk a little bit about scam and fraud. As you all are aware, we've been getting some scam issues coming through email, through text messages, through text messages. They're asking for gift cards and things like that. Email. So one of the big things to look for, guys, is they're going to impersonate our leadership team quite frequently, but double check the email. So click on the actual email itself. If it's coming from like a Sean Hire 1234 or some odd number, some odd email, obviously it's going to be a scam or spam. Definitely let us know about that right away. But also, fraudsters are also impersonating property owners to legally sell commercial and residential property. So they're actually using social security numbers, driver's license numbers, as well as notary credentials, which can be applied to the notary's knowledge. So some red flags to watch out for, guys, is a vacant or non-occupied owner property, such as investment property, vacation property, or rental property. It has a different address than the owner's address or tax mailing address, has no outstanding mortgage or liens, is for sale or sold below market value. So just some things to keep an eye out for. And some precautions. So always contact the seller using independent sources. So, you know, just into a validated phone number, whatever that might be. Manage the notarization. Always verify the seller's identity. Use public records. Control the disbursement and file fraud reports. So just something to keep in mind. Unfortunately, we're in this world today where there's a lot of scam and fraud. So just some things to keep in mind, guys. That's all.
Sure.
Thank you.
Throw in that you guys have seen. Yep.
Changing wireless routing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the software system that we use to communicate their clients, their customers.
Mhm.
That is the secure portal. That's the only way that we send our wire instructions. So wire instructions should always go directly to the title company. If ever your customer says, hey, I got new wire instructions, I should send it to Sally Johnson, don't do it.
Mhm.
It is always going to be the title company's account.
Exactly.
Just so you all know, none of us are gonna need you to go out and get gift cards.
No.
So if it's ever gift cards. Well, no, it depends.
Right?
It might be once in a while.
Right.
You got a clothing out, it needs them right away.
Yes.
I had a very strange, I don't know if you call it fraud, but it was bizarre thing happened this fall with a real estate, property. It was a vacant property, the dad was in hospice, adult kids are selling the house. Some guy, acted like he was the seller and lured tree companies to come and give bids on the tree in the front yard and had the tree taken down. And then wrote a bad check to the tree company. And so then they went back and forth, and what he was trying to do is get into this poor tree guy's account and try to take money out of his account because he gets paid, like $10,000 for taking down a really big tree, like. So he was targeting the tree company, using my vacant listing as the ploy. And so buyers showed up, we had just had an accepted offer, so buyers showed up at inspection and big maple tree in front yard is gone. And then later that day, maple tree is returned to the property with all the other trees the guy took down that day. He decided to dump them in the front yard of the property because his check got bounced.
Of your property, your list.
On my listing,
My God.
bizarre thing ever. And so I just. So, how we figured it out is I just decided to go through the mailbox of the listing and I found the invoice with the phone number. So I called the guy. But I just left a voice message, didn't say it was a real case or anything, but eventually he called me back and I was able to figure out who he was. And then I talked to the tree guy who's like absolutely furious that he took down this tree and didn't get paid. And I'm like, listen, who did you talk to? Well, he didn't talk to the sellers. And so, so anyways, the sellers just happened to both be lawyers. And so, the sellers encouraged him to do the right thing and come and take that big pile that he just dumped in our front yard. Buyers got spooked, canceled. And then we did sell it, but we just sell it and close on a tree. So bizarre.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more bizarre transactions I
That's clever.
And that's
Those can put that cleverness towards something.
right. And it's actually more common, because my years in banking, that is the one thing that any service like that takes, a lot of them don't take because they're little mom and pop companies, not take credit cards because of the fees. And so anytime you do the checks and it goes through that account, depending on how much that service is for, 99% of the time, then the account number is on the check of whomever or the check it's going into. It comes back to that other person, the person who's writing the bad check. They can get that account number. Mhm. Yeah, so definitely just, if it ever, that's that whole, just go with your gut. If it feels suspicious, doesn't seem right, especially like Matt said, those text messages. We're going to be asking you, first of all, for not Granite City anymore, but Lucky 13 gift cards, something worthwhile. So.
And
just gonna-
always reach out to us if you get a text and you're not sure. I know people sometimes are like, oh, I didn't know for sure. Just send a screenshot to anyone on leadership. We'll let you know if it's legit or not. So just wanted to say that.
Okay, well, I was hoping she'd be in the room, but we have other ALC members. Oh, is she on Zoom? Oh, good, perfect. Alina, will you talk about your Adopt a Highway?
Yes, I would love to. I just posted an event on our Rockstars page and we got approved through MnDOT or Ramsey County. I'm not really sure who did it to adopt the section highway from Cleveland to Snelling. That's ours. So after our cleanup day, which is going to be this Friday, from 11 till whenever, I honestly think it's going to go really fast. We only have a mile and we cannot do the center. lane, like the median. So I think it's gonna go fast. But after that, then we get a sign up.
Awesome. So you did find out that's what we have to do. So once they do clean up one time, then we get a sign that says adopted by
Yep.
KWIRALC. I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Nice.
So if anybody wants to participate, just RSVP on that link or shoot me a text or an email. I just have to give them a head count for vests and garbage bags.
So yeah, so definitely you can reach out to Alina on the Facebook page. You can shoot her an email, but let her know if you want to participate. That was, you guys are doing it this Friday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, June 16th. Okay, so this Friday, awesome, 11 a.m. if you want to help so that they can get the vests and everything and let's make, and it's this, so what'd you say it goes from where to where?
From Snelling to Cleveland.
Right, which one is Cleveland? Is that
It's the one right after Walmart.
right after Walmart? So that is awesome. That is ours right here. I love it. Good job. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, you guys, just a quick reminder that your third quarter MLS invoices are due by June 30th. So these were emailed out to you guys on June 1st from SPAR. So I'll be sending out reminder emails, texts, especially for those that leave it to the last minute. Just a reminder that if you do not pay by June 30th, there is a $25 reinstatement fee. So you need your MLS access to practice. Otherwise, we have to remove you from SPAR. So just get it paid and let me know if you have any questions. CE. Ooh, I'm really close now. All right, you guys. So we are 2 days away from the deadline for completing classes. And the reason why the deadline is June 15th is because they have 2 weeks to report your credits to the state. So if you are not sure if you are done, if you have questions about what you need to do, please reach out to me. This is your guys' business. And so I want to make sure that your license is in good standing so that you're able to help your clients. So reach out to me. We did start renewing licenses that are up for renewal. So you got an email from me if you've already been renewed. And if you haven't been renewed, it's because you have not completed your CE. So we will renew you once that's completed and you will see it on your next invoice. It's about $72, I think. Yeah, so you'll see that on your next invoice if you are renewing this year. Any of our new agents that have been licensed in the last, anytime after July 1st of 2022, you are good. You do not have any CE. I know I've been getting a lot of questions on that just because the state sends out those generic emails to everyone. So reach out to me if you're concerned, if you don't know what you need to do. Again, 2 days till we need to have those classes done. And some providers do upload them really quickly, some do not. So that's why we have that deadline there. Any questions?
But I can tell you, it's always been too long. And I think it was in 2017, I waited till literally the last day. Stuff didn't get compiled by the state in time, so I was without a license for, I think, like a week. And I had a listing appointment that week, so I couldn't, I wasn't an agent, so I couldn't, I went to the listing, but I had to bring someone with me. They had to do all, you know, I was like there. Needless to say, I didn't get it because it was weird. It was just, so anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
that's,
And
and
I
that's
will,
what Lynn said
yeah.
last week. If you have anything currently under contract as of the end of this month, so what is it, 30 or 31 days? 30, right?
30, yeah.
So as of the 30th, if you are not renewed, whether you have done it, whether you've accidentally maybe repeated a class, it's still considered not renewed. She will take that contract and assign it to somebody else in the market center.
And
We
that,
have no other choice.
I did that, the last class I did, I had done it the year prior. And so I didn't know it didn't count until it was like too late. So
That's probably the most common one, is where someone will say, well, I took all my classes, I took everything, I did everything. And you'll find out that this one was called like Plumbing 101 and this one was called How to Plumb. And they're the same class and there's. a
Always
co-
check your course number.
Yep. Peter.
The cutoff is. Not midnight.
No, correct. Yes, that is the other thing. Everybody thinks they have until midnight, so it's 6 PM. Thank you, Peter. Good call. Grant.
With. Found out this year. Doesn't have classes that anyone else has. So if you ever need credits left and you're unsure if you're gonna retake a class, just take one of theirs. It has different numbers. It will always, even if it's called the same thing, it's a different class. They verify that. For me. Like, it sounds like I took this one. I'm like, nope, ours are completely different no matter what. Even if they say that the exact same description, it's got a different number on this credits. So you can always take the PE shop one and not worry about it.
And we have 30% off 24/7 anytime with CE Shop if you use the code renew30. So if you're one of those people that's, listening and you're like, oh shoot, I still have hours to do, renew30, 30% off any of their CE courses. So that's because we have a special partnership with them so that you guys are able to take advantage of that. And last thing that I'll say, I know we talked about contracts getting reassigned. Last year, we did have an agent who did not make the deadline. Took about 2.5, 3 weeks for their license application to be reapproved because there were so many other people that missed the deadline that had to reapply. So just keep that in mind. It's already going to be delayed because of the processing time. So
And that's
Any-
not on you.
Yep.
I mean, Jordan has no control over that, so no matter
always
how
at the
upset you
state's
get, or no
hands.
matter how many cough cards you buy her, fix it.
Well, reach out to me. I will send some more reminder texts out to some of you that I know have quite a few hours left. So make me nervous.
Right. I think it is time for.
Right, so just before the meeting this morning, Carrie asked me if I could come up and speak, so I'm really prepared today, right? So Gary Keller has always said that you need to be the real estate economist of choice. If somebody asks you the question, how's the market? What are they really asking? Right? Are they selling? Are they going up in value? Are they backwards in value? How are you going to answer that question? So we always need to be on top. Market's out obviously down today. We're seeing that. Prices are starting to decline or moderate. We start to see that in the Market Center multi-year trends report on year over year average sales price, or the dollar volume is not exceeding what the unit percentage is as well. And we look at not only the Market Center, we look at the regional numbers. It gives us a bigger chunk of the US. The North Central region is Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. So a good chunk of the US. There's 32 market centers inside our region. And we can look at the numbers there and get a really good feel for what's happening in the central US. And then we look also at the national numbers on KWRI. So it's just good to know what's going on. So having said all of that, what is the one thing that would heat the market up? What would need to occur to cause the market to heat up? Might actually be one of Brina's favorite subjects. Yeah, well, what do rates do? What do rates do? That's exactly right. You're my favorite person. So what else would need to happen to affect affordability? Yeah, it could be, but I just talked about it. Prices would have to come down. So I'm going to go back to 1980s school teacher. And actually, Matt would probably make a good 1980s school teacher too. Using the board. We don't have chalk, but that would be the only thing that would make this better. The government tracks appreciation. This is 1989. And basically, they've been tracking appreciation at a 3 to 4% curve since 1989. So somewhere around maybe 2000, let's call this 2003 right here. This happened. And that happened. So the market got really hot from 2002, 3, somewhere in that time frame. And then by 2005, 6, it folded over. And that came back to what Matt was showing us earlier, a shift logo, right? That market folds over. So we get back on this path then somewhere around 2011, and we start to come back up here. And then in 2020, we do this again, and we break above that curve, which affects affordability, right? And then not only did prices go up, then we got 2022 with rates going up. So we went up here. Now prices are starting to come back. We just need rates to come back so that we can get back on that path of that 3 to 4% appreciation. And we should be much better. Marissa helped me out with one question. Now, we can't be in the mortgage business to answer this question. What happened at 7:30 this morning?
That was
Anyone? Yep, CPI came out. So Consumer Price Index is probably the most important data set that we can look at right now. So last June, and for those of you that were in the room when I gave my market update last time, last June, CPI was at 9.1%. That means that on average, everything that we buy, pork to corn to services, anything, used cars, new cars, we're going up at 9.1%. Does anybody know what the government wants that number to be at? Mark said 2%. So 2%. So the good news is that by January, that number had come down to 6.4%, probably based on what the Feds have been doing, and they've been ratcheting up the interest rate over 500 basis points. What has it been? Has it been 525 basis points?
500.
500 exactly. So they've raised the short-term lending rate by 5%. Now, that doesn't equate to the long-term mortgage rates, but it does have an effect on that, right? So what did we see last year? It started to go up. So basically, starting the back half of 2020 during COVID, the market started to heat up. And then all the way through 2021, the market stayed hot. So during that 18-month period, you basically did 3 years worth of business. Of course, it depends on where you're at. And that's how those numbers actually worked out. So we just need the market to normalize, right? And so last month, the CPI came out at 4.9%, getting a little closer to 2, right? It's still way too high, the Feds. So this morning, number out 4.0. So we're seeing meaningful movement from 9.1 last June to 6.4 in January to 4.9 in April or in May to June to 4%. What does that look like by the time we get to September? Maybe it's down to 3%. And some people predicting that number, Barry Habib is predicting by September, we'll see that number at 3%. This is the 11th month in a row that the number has come down. So hopefully that comes back to Raina's favorite topic, which is rate. Okay? And that's what Barry Habib has been talking about, is that it should affect rate. So today the Feds are meeting. By tomorrow we'll know if they've decided to raise rates another quarter point or if they've taken a pause. The markets are betting on that they're going to take a pause. A pause versus they're done. We should be getting to the point where they're done. And that gives us the ability to see some things happen in the market, such as the 10-year bond starts to come down between the 10-year bond and where the 30-year it's hopefully that will compress as well. That will help us with rates. That should heat up the market. Several economists, Dr. Yoon being one of them, but the National Association of Realtors, the back half of the year is going to be robust. But when does that happen? Does that happen early third quarter? Does that happen late third quarter? Does it happen in the fourth quarter? And then next year, NAR is predicting that unit sales will be up 10%. So Right now, it appears that we're going to finish up the year down close to 40% from peak to bottom, right? And so 40% on units, is a big number. One saving grace is that the volume has hung in there, that we might see this year, even though prices are moderating, they're leveling off, in some instances declining, especially up at the upper end, that we'll see maybe the second best year in terms of volume. And a lot of the numbers that we're seeing today, our market center reports, are beating pre-pandemic. So they're beating, that 2019, 2018 numbers before we got into 20, which just, 2020 threw everything off. So hopefully that makes sense.
Well, Todd, could you just explain real briefly, what is the consumer price index and why does that number affect the interest rates? In case people are unaware of that.
I don't know. So it just, it affects everything. It means that the prices on everything are going up. And we saw that in housing, which, by the way, this is another important topic. Whatever run up is, the tail is equally as long. And that was something that I learned in the last downturn. So housing did this. So during 2020 and 2021, they're going like that. And the feds should have been raising rates at the end of 21, not starting in 2020, or excuse me, 2022. But they thought that inflation was transitory. It was just here and it was going to go away. There'd been too much liquidity pumped in through all the stimulus from the government into the economy, and that caused everything to go up. So as we move forward, we pick up a new month for the CPI and we drop the last one. Well, housing is starting to go like, it's coming down. Basically, in 1982, the federal government came up with some way of putting a rental rate on every property, whether it was homeowner occupied or whether it was an apartment or a rental unit. They just put a rental number. So that's what they track. How do rents look on every home in the US? That number has been coming down. And by the way, does anybody notice that there's a lot of construction on apartments?
Yeah.
It's like over here, everywhere you go. And so what's happening now is, and this happens, it's happened throughout history, every 10 to 20 years, there's over construction in apartments and condos. You can see that around town, based on the age of apartment complex. So my son just moved into last month an apartment in Maple Grove. They actually got a deal, him and his fiance, on their rent. They got, I think they got 1 month for free, which a year ago, you would not have gotten any deal, right? And the price that they paid was less than what they were charging the year before. So that's an indication that that number is coming down. Well, housing makes up 40% of CPI. So as long as that keeps coming down, that will be helpful. The other thing that we need to see come down too is vehicle prices, or used vehicles are still expensive. So anyways, the good news is that this number continues to come down. As long as that number comes down, the Fed should pause or hold with their tightening. That should again cause the bonds to come down. That should cause compression between where the bonds are at and where the 30-year interest rate is at. That is going to help us all out. That is going to affect the affordability. That is going to get the market heated up again. And that's going to be at a time too, and we're seeing the millennials get to their peak earning years, which is mid 40s for any generation, which is going to have a great effect on the real estate market. So those 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 2 stories will become a lot more popular, and they're going to become popular at a price point that causes the average commission to go way up. So I'm done.
Thank you, Todd.
So just a reminder, if you are doing headshots, they're gonna start right away. So I guess we're getting ready. That is super exciting. We have new people. Grab people like new will be in here.
Yep. Easy.